I went into labor and my mother laughed. Who said you get to decide when to have a baby? Get out. My sister sneered and nodded toward my car. Good luck. Did a little maintenance. I rushed over, hit the gas, nothing. The tires were flat, completely slashed. Then out of nowhere, a luxury car silently pulled up to the door. In Cleveland Heights, Ohio, a small town where the changing seasons painted stunning landscapes, Haley Coleman, 9 months pregnant, placed her hand on her rounded belly and smiled warmly. On a morning when soft spring sunshine streamed through her window, she spoke gently. Good morning, baby. Are you doing well today? Having served as a nurse at Cleveland Memorial Hospital for over a decade, Haley was admired for her calm presence and keen observational skills, earning trust from colleagues and patients. For years prior, she met Michael Green, a pediatrician at the same hospital. After a tender romance, they married and now, blessed with their long-desired first child, they had purchased a modest yet cozy home in the town's quiet residential area. Adjacent to Michael's study, a lovely nursery decorated in yellow and white stood ready, its gender kept a surprise for the moment of birth. As Haley prepared breakfast, the phone rang, and her expression clouded seeing the caller's name. Good morning, Mom, she said hesitantly. Judith, one of the town's most successful real estate agents, her face familiar from local ads and billboards, responded. Haley, how are you doing? Her voice carried a hint of coldness. I'm fine, the baby's doing well too, Haley replied. Judith inquired about Michael's conference, learning he'd be in Chicago for 3 more days. Are you really all right alone when you're so close to delivery? She asked, suggesting Haley stay with her sister, Christine, who worked at her real estate firm and was popular for her beauty and sociability, though her eyes often held a calculating glint. Haley hesitated, mentioning her colleague Maria's daily check-ins, and said, Thank you, but I'm fine. Judith replied, Well, if anything happens, you can always come to our house. I've kept your room just as it was. After the call, Haley sighed deeply. Her relationship with her mother had grown more strained since she began regular contact with her father, William, a successful businessman running a tech investment company on the West Coast. Haley's bond with William had been severed after her parents' divorce, but was rekindled around her college graduation. Recently, their connection had deepened, especially as William celebrated her marriage and pregnancy with genuine joy, even bonding with Michael over hours-long video calls. Judith, however, disapproved, often repeating, That man abandoned you. Yet Haley sensed there were complex circumstances behind the divorce. William's success and wealth on the West Coast seemed to fuel Judith's bitterness. Sitting at the kitchen table staring at the calendar, Haley wondered if she'd be okay alone during Michael's trip, with her due date just 2 weeks away. After deliberating, she texted Michael, I might stay at Mother's house until you return. Don't worry. I'll contact you right away if anything happens. His reply came instantly. That would be reassuring. I'll come back right away if anything happens. Love you. Next, she messaged William. I've decided to stay at Mother's house for a while, just until Michael returns. Don't worry, I'll be fine. His response arrived shortly. I understand. Let me know immediately if anything happens. I'm here for you anytime. Haley smiled faintly. Her father's words always carried warmth and reliability. While packing essentials into a small travel bag, Haley hoped her brief stay at her mother's house would pass smoothly. Judith's home, with its dignified colonial-style exterior and impeccably maintained garden, exuded elegance. Upon entering, a nostalgic scent of cinnamon and vanilla, Judith's signature apple pie, enveloped her. Haley, you're finally here, Judith said, embracing her daughter. My, you've really gotten big, she added, smiling at Haley's belly, though her eyes remained distant. I'll take your luggage to your room, Christine offered, appearing to grab Haley's bag. Hey sis, is it really soon? What's it like? She asked. Thank you, Christine. Yes, about 2 weeks or so. It's a little scary, but I'm excited too, Haley replied. Really? Christine tilted her head. I still can't imagine it, my sister becoming a mother. The first 2 days passed peacefully. Haley adjusted to life at her mother's home, savoring the nostalgic comfort of Judith's cooking. But on the 3rd morning, a shift occurred. Isn't that dress a bit too flashy? Judith remarked suddenly during breakfast, eyeing Haley's light pink maternity dress. What, this dress? Michael gave it to me as a present, Haley said. Well, men never understand a pregnant woman's figure. With your build, a more subdued color would be better, Judith replied. Haley drank her tea silently, accustomed to her mother's pointed comments, but was surprised by Judith's next words. By the way, does William know about the baby? Of course, Dad is very happy about it, Haley said. I see, Judith replied, her tone growing cold. I suppose he won't even come to see his grandchild's face. Typical William. Dad promised he'd come visit when the baby is born, Haley countered. Humph promises, Judith said, setting her plate down hard. You should know better than anyone how worthless that man's promises are. Mom, that's not true. Dad? That's enough, Judith interrupted, changing the subject. Christine will take you shopping by car today. You need more baby items, don't you? That afternoon, Christine drove Haley to the mall, enthusiastically recommending baby items. Sis, how about this cute romper? This blanket is soft and nice, don't you think? She said cheerfully. But as they left the store, Haley caught Christine's muttered words. You're really lucky, sis, blessed with a wonderful husband and a cute baby about to be born. Her voice mixed sarcasm and envy. But you should be careful. When you're happy, you can lose everything in an instant. What do you mean? Haley asked. Nothing, Christine said, regaining her smile. Just that you never know what might happen in life. That night, Haley couldn't sleep, staring at the moon outside. Her mother and sister's behavior, especially their reactions to her pregnancy, felt unnatural and troubling. The next day, while Judith was shopping, Haley slipped into her mother's study, hoping to find a clue. Opening a desk drawer, she sifted through old documents and found her birth certificate and a worn envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter, its writing faded and illegible, but the sender's name was barely readable. William Coleman. What are you doing? Christine's sudden voice startled Haley, who turned to see her sister in the doorway, eyes gleaming coldly. Sorry, I was just rummaging through Mother's room without permission, Haley said hastily. Isn't like you, sis, Christine said, folding her arms. Looking for something? No, nothing. I was just feeling nostalgic, Haley replied, returning the letter. I see, Christine said, unconvinced. Let's get out before Mother returns. Late that night, fetching water downstairs, Haley overheard Judith and Christine whispering. It will be soon, Mother, Christine said. What will you do after that? Judith replied, her voice cold with determination. Don't tell Haley anything. It's for her own protection. But when Michael returns, we'll deal with that when the time comes. Just keep an eye on her for now. The next morning, Haley's phone rang. It was Michael. Haley, bad news. The conference has been extended by 2 days. I'll be back later than planned, he said. I see, Haley said, unable to hide her disappointment. Are you okay? Did something happen? He asked. No, it's nothing. It's just the atmosphere here is a bit strange, she whispered. It seems like Mother and Christine are hiding something. I heard them talking about me. What do you mean? Michael's voice grew concerned. I'm not sure, but something. The door opened and Christine entered. Sis, breakfast is ready, she said. I'll call you back later, Haley said, hanging up. Were you talking to Michael? Christine asked, eyeing the phone. How's the conference? It got extended, Haley said. Oh, that's too bad, Christine said, something flashing in her eyes. But don't worry, we'll take good care of you. That evening, trying to charge her phone, Haley found Christine handling it. Christine, what are you doing? She asked. Her sister dropped the phone, startled. Oh, sorry, it was ringing, so I was checking, but it wasn't from anyone, Christine said. Haley retrieved it suspiciously, noticing the call history was deleted and the battery unusually low. The battery is acting strange, isn't it? Christine said. Just old. Maybe it's time for a replacement. That night in bed, Haley's anxiety grew. Something was wrong. She felt her mother and sister were plotting against her. She quietly texted Michael. Something strange is going on. I feel like Mother and Christine are planning something behind my back. My stomach also feels a bit odd, maybe labor is near. She also sent William. Dad, I'm a bit worried. I'll contact you if anything happens. Haley woke to severe abdominal pain at 5 a.m., the clock glowing dimly. The pain ebbed, then surged like a wave. As a nurse, she recognized contractions but felt their intensity firsthand. Counting intervals, she noted they were 10 minutes apart. This was labor. Stay calm, she told herself. Contact Michael, then get to the hospital. But her phone screen stayed dark, completely dead. That's strange, I charged it last night, she muttered. Another contraction hit, and she gritted her teeth. When it eased, she headed to Judith's bedroom. Mom, she knocked. No response. She opened the door. Mom, wake up, I've gone into labor. Judith, fully dressed, sat on the bed's edge, slowly raising her face with a coldness Haley had never seen. Mom, Haley said, uneasy. Take me to the hospital. I've gone into labor. Judith stared, her mouth curling into a sneer. Labor, she said. So, but who gave you permission to have a child? Get out. Haley froze. What are you saying? Is this a joke? The baby is coming. You think I don't know? Judith's voice was icy. You've been in contact with William. You're trying to give birth to his grandchild. Have you forgotten what he did to you? Dad didn't do anything. You're the one who divorced him, Haley shouted. Please, now is not the time. I need to get to the hospital. You chose William, Judith said, turning away. I am no longer your mother. Christine's voice came from the hallway. What's happening? She too was dressed and made up at 5 a.m. Your sister seems to be in labor, Judith said. Christine smiled maliciously. Surprised? We've been watching your every move. Christine, please, Haley begged. I don't understand what's going on, but the baby matters now. Take me to the hospital. What's with that face? Christine said, descending the stairs. Just go in your own car. Haley followed to the entrance, seeing her car through the window, the one Christine used for shopping yesterday. The keys here, Christine said, tossing them from the shelf. We've serviced it properly, so hopefully you'll get there safely. A chill ran through Haley at Christine's tone and expression. What did you do? She asked. Who knows? Christine grinned. Better hurry, or the baby might be in danger. Another contraction hit, and Haley gripped the door frame, enduring the pain. Why are you doing this? She gasped. Get out, Judith said, descending. You are no longer part of this family. In pain and confusion, Haley stumbled outside, the cold morning air stinging her cheeks. Michael, she whispered, her dead phone useless. Trying to re-enter for the landline, she found the door locked. Desperately, she reached her car, inserted the key, and sank into the driver's seat. Stay calm. 20 minutes to the hospital. It's okay, baby, she said, starting the engine and pressing the accelerator. The car roared but didn't move. She pressed again, the engine revving uselessly. Confused, she got out and saw all 4 tires flat, slashed with blade marks. Why? Haley collapsed to her knees, tears streaming as another contraction, stronger and longer, hit. Help someone. From the window, Judith and Christine watched with cold eyes, unmoving. It was too far to walk to the nearest house, especially in labor, and her phone was dead. She feared giving birth on the street. Then an engine's quiet hum approached, a luxury car's smooth sound. Headlights cut through the darkness as a black car stopped before Haley. A tall, broad-shouldered man with graying hair stepped out. Haley. Dad. Haley stared at William Coleman in disbelief. He rushed to her. Are you all right? I got worried after your message last night, so I flew in on the earliest morning flight. What's happening? Labor has started, Haley said, breathing through pain. William glanced at the slashed tires, then supported her. Let's get to the hospital right away in my car. He nearly carried her to the back seat. Hold on tight, we'll get there soon. The house door opened and Judith and Christine rushed out. William. Judith's face paled. Why are you here? I came because my daughter is in danger, William said, his voice calm but angry. Judith, I know everything you've done. What are you talking about? We haven't done anything, Christine said frantically. Don't lie, William said, his voice low. You tampered with Haley's phone, disabled her car, refused to help her in labor. Is this what a mother and sister do? What would you know? Judith screamed. You abandoned us. I didn't abandon you. You drove me out, William said quietly. And now you're trying to drive out your own daughter too. We'll discuss this later. Right now, Haley and the baby are the priority. He started the engine. Don't think you'll get away with this, Judith. Christine, he said as the car moved off. In the back seat, Haley, enduring another contraction, asked, Why did you come? After reading your message last night, I sensed something was wrong, William said, driving. I flew to Ohio on the first flight, rented a car and came right away. I had a gut feeling you were in danger. Thank you, Dad, Haley cried. Please contact Michael. Right away, William said, smiling. It's going to be okay, Haley. We'll be at the hospital soon. Wrapped in his calm voice, Haley felt reassured. But the next contraction was stronger, signaling birth was near. Hurry, the baby, she gasped. William accelerated, arriving at Cleveland Memorial's emergency entrance smoothly. Explaining the situation, he ensured Haley was rushed to the maternity ward. It's going to be all right, Haley, he said, holding her hand. The best doctors are here. I've contacted Michael. He's on a plane and should make it in time. Doctors confirmed early-stage labor, with contractions shortening. Mrs. Coleman, you're lucky, Dr. Phillips said. If your father hadn't found you, it could have been dangerous. Haley smiled. then winced at another contraction. Dad, Michael, she said. Don't worry, he'll be here soon, William replied calmly. The hospital room door opened and Maria, Haley's colleague, entered. Haley, are you okay? She said. I was off duty but rushed over when I heard you were admitted. Maria, I'm so glad to see you, Haley said, relieved. Maria squeezed her hand. We're all watching over you. As contractions intensified, William stayed, wiping Haley's forehead and giving her ice chips. Between pains, Haley asked, Dad, how did you know? William paused, then said quietly, Actually, I've been watching over you all this time, even when we were apart. I was always concerned. But you were on the West Coast, Haley said. Yes, but when I learned you were pregnant, I contracted a monitoring company to install tracking software on your smartphone. I tried not to look to respect your privacy, but after your message, I checked your location. Why go to such lengths? Haley asked. William exhaled. Because I know Judith. I know how consumed by revenge she was. I feared she'd direct her grudge against me toward you. The door burst open and Michael rushed in, breathless. Haley. Relief spread across her face. Michael, you made it. He embraced her. Why didn't you tell me things at your mother's house had deteriorated? I didn't want to ruin your conference, Haley said weakly. You're silly, Michael said gently. You and the baby are more important than anything. William approached. Michael, I'm glad you made it safely. William, thank you, Michael said, shaking his hand. If you hadn't been there, I don't even want to think about it. The next contraction was the strongest yet. It's coming, the baby is coming, Haley said. Doctors and nurses prepared, and Michael and William stepped back. Just a little more, Mrs. Coleman, push, Dr. Phillips instructed. After 45 minutes of effort, a cry filled the room. It's a girl, Dr. Phillips exclaimed. A very healthy girl. Haley, exhausted, smiled through tears. Michael joined her, and they saw their daughter's face. She's perfect, Michael choked out. Thank you, Haley. The nurse wrapped the baby and placed her in Haley's arms. Here you go, Mom, your beautiful daughter. William, watching from a distance, whispered, a granddaughter, tears in his eyes. Late that night, in the hospital cafeteria, William and Michael sat facing each other. I think it's time to tell Haley the truth, William said, staring at his coffee. That you're her real father? Michael asked. Yes, William nodded. Judith has been lying for years that I abandoned her and our daughter. The reality is different. She drove me out and interfered when I tried to make contact. Why didn't you tell her until now? Michael asked. For Haley's happiness. I didn't want to disrupt her life until she was an adult, William said, hesitating. I have a shameful past. When I was young, I failed in business and was in debt. Judith, raised in wealth, couldn't forgive that. She feared poverty. But now I've built wealth after separating from her. She depicted me to Haley as a failure, ignoring my struggles and success. The next morning, Haley woke to find Michael and William in her room, their faces serious. Good morning, she smiled. What's with those faces? Did something happen? Michael took her hand. Haley, William wants to talk about something. William took a deep breath. Haley, there's something I've hidden for a long time. I shouldn't keep it hidden anymore. He revealed he was her real father, explaining the divorce and Judith's efforts to block their contact. I always loved you, but Judith portrayed me as a failure. Reconnecting with you as an adult was a miracle. Haley listened silently, understanding her mother's unnatural attitude, her opposition to William, and the previous day's events. So that's why, Mother, she whispered. She knew I was in contact with Dad. She and Christine tried to punish me. In their eyes, you seemed like a traitor, William said sadly. I'm going to report this to the police, Michael said sternly. They put Haley and the baby in danger. Haley thought for a moment. I know they should be punished, but right now I want to focus on our daughter, our new family. Morning light bathed the baby's cradle. I've decided on her name, Haley said. Michael, if it's okay, how about Eleanor Grace Green? Eleanor is Dad's mother's name, right? Tears welled in William's eyes. Yes, my mother's name. It's perfect. Michael nodded. Eleanor Grace, a wonderful name. They gazed at little Eleanor. 6 months later, on an autumn day, Haley played with Eleanor on a garden blanket. Eleanor, with her mother's blue eyes and father's curly brown hair, was developing an adorable personality. Look, Eli, this is a birdie. Haley laughed, dangling a stuffed toy. Eleanor reached for it with tiny fingers. Michael, home early, watched from the garden entrance, heart warmed. What are you two doing? He asked, approaching. Daddy's home, Haley said to Eleanor. Welcome back, you're early. The last patient canceled. Michael said, kissing Eleanor's cheek. William should be arriving soon. William visited every 2 weeks, having opened a Cleveland office to be near his granddaughter. I should prepare dinner for Dad, Haley said, but Michael stopped her. It's all prepared. Relax today. Life flowed peacefully. Haley, back at the hospital 3 days a week, spent most days with Eleanor. With William's support, they'd moved to a larger house, and Michael's reputation as a pediatrician grew. But the past lingered. At the mall with Eleanor in a stroller, Haley encountered Judith, looking thin and tired, before an escalator. Judith gazed at Eleanor, tears in her eyes. Beautiful baby, she said softly. Thank you, Haley replied calmly, still bearing wounds but sensing Judith's fragility. I didn't think I'd have a chance to talk, Judith said. I did something unforgivable. Years of anger and jealousy consumed me. Haley held Eleanor's hand silently. Christine is receiving counseling, Judith added. She regrets what she did, especially putting you in danger. After a trial, Judith faced community service, Christine a suspended sentence, and their reputations suffered, with Judith's business hit hard. I can't forgive you yet, Haley said honestly, but I want to give you a chance to be a grandmother to Eleanor. That weekend, Haley's home hosted a gathering for Eleanor's 6-month milestone. William, Michael, and close friends celebrated, with Judith and Christine invited, not fully accepted but taking a step forward. Holding Eleanor, Haley gazed at golden trees and the setting sun. She reflected. What is a true family? It's not just blood but respecting and supporting each other. Especially in tough times. It's about acknowledging mistakes and forgiving. No family is perfect, but love and honesty build relationships. Looking at her chosen and blood family, Haley smiled gently. It wasn't an ending but a new beginning.